Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and back on Thursday now, we got news that stuff packs are returning to The Sims 4. It has been a long old 2 years without them, but we are getting Home Chef Hustle on the 28th of November, and so today I actually wanted to sit down, talk about something that I know a bunch of you have been commenting about my trailer reaction, but then also cover some other features that I'm kind of hoping this stuff pack has in it that we haven't really seen from the trailers. This is kind of my little wish list. Obviously, this isn't gonna be as large as like an expansion pack wish list, because at the end of the day, this is just a stuff pack. I feel like we've seen a lot of what we are getting. In that trailer reaction, I was like, it doesn't feel extremely new, aside from the small appliances, obviously, which we definitely do not already have in the game, and I do feel like I am looking forward to them the most. In particular, the pizza oven. I think that is a great asset. Yes, I would have also liked to see a more traditional one, like a stone-baked pizza oven, but you lot also pointed out that the selling tables that I initially discussed that already exist in expansions such as Eco Lifestyle and also City Living, you can actually drag food that you have made at home into that inventory, and then you can start a yard sale by tending the table, and Sims can actually sell that food. But a ton of you mentioned that they're technically just like objects, and the Sims treat them as objects when they buy that food or nectar, for example, like I've recently done in Horse Ranch, and that much is true. They kind of just swipe at it, it goes straight into, I'm assuming, their inventory, they give you the money, and then they walk off and they leave the lot. You don't see them react to it, you don't see them like eat or drink the product, which I will say the trailer had an awful lot of focus on like people's reactions to the food that was being served. So obviously I'm assuming that Sims are actually going to sit down, eat or drink the stuff, and you'll be able to see that interaction. If that's not the case, then oh my word, the community is going to be fuming, because it was such a massive part of the trailer. Obviously trailer magic is a thing, but I think because it was such a focus, it's definitely gonna be in there. And I think the blog post also had a little mention of that, so there is slightly like new gameplay, I guess, attached to this new food stall. But that selling table slash stall is also connected to one of my bigger wishes, and this was actually brought up by someone over on my Twitter. Halo Sims actually responded to my tweet about that video and put, I hope you can use other small appliances on the stall table. Imagine making an ice cream stand in Sulani. That tweet definitely helped me to be like, okay, you know what? Like, it might not feel like the newest gameplay to me personally, but if it integrates well with like other small appliances that we already have, obviously you need Cool Kitchen to have the ice cream maker, you need Movie Hangout stuff to have the popcorn machine. There's also the little like lemonade tray that you get in backyard stuff. If they allow you to place those miniature appliances down and actually use them to like sell your goods, I can only think that that is a good thing for the game. I really hope that is the case. I actually tested it out in my game. Kids can actually use the current selling tables that we have by themselves. They don't need like parental guidance. We have actually seen photos of kids using the new stand in the trailer and also the promotion that's currently on your main screen in the game. So kids can actually interact with these tables. We have always seen them both with an adult, but that might just be because adults obviously need to use like the pizza oven and they need to use the appliances. Even if they do allow extra appliances, like kids can't pour those drinks, I don't think, from backyard stuff. I do hope that kids can actually run the stall by themselves, even if they can't like mess around with the appliances, because obviously in the last few packs I said it about growing together, cottage living, even also Horse Ranch. I don't know, it wouldn't have been as good with Horse Ranch, but it kind of ties into nectar making a little bit, I guess. I really wish that kids had a lemonade stand. Now people have done that in the past with the traditional selling tables that we already have, and also the backyard stuff lemonade platter that I've already talked about. They basically just drag the lemonade off the platter, put them on the table's inventory, and then kids can sell them. I really hope that is the case with this new one as well. I hope that that we can kind of achieve that. I think it would be so cute if kids finally get to set up like their own little stalls so you can start teaching them about money. But if other Sims also react to it, I think that could be kind of cute. Like, imagine if they made a really bad batch of lemonade and then Sims were just like, ugh, but then you started like getting better and better. Oh, it would be adorable. Which leads me on to my next one about the stall. And I'm mainly talking about the stall because we know it's like one of the main features of gameplay. But I really hope that you can put different products on the selling table. I hope it's not only just like the products that are coming with this, like the new pizzas or waffles. I don't think that will be the case. I feel like it will also work like the traditional selling tables where you can really place like a bunch of different things on it. They did say in the blog post you can actually choose what items you want to sell. I really hope that you can sell popcorn, lemonade if you wanted to, maybe just even produce. Like, I think that could be good for your Sims who maybe want to pretend that they like go to a farmer's market like every Saturday morning. You could go to your local park and sell your fresh produce. And I think that kind of helps expand other packs as well, because obviously you could do it on the selling tables, but if you see people like actually react to your produce, I will say it'll be a little bit weird with fresh produce because like it will be like they will buy like a carrot and then they'll automatically eat the carrot. So that potentially could not be a thing. But we just got nectar making in Horse Ranch. Obviously, we already had juice fizzing when it comes to eco lifestyle. If you already have those packs, I really hope that the team have kind of thought about like, right, how can we integrate these things? Can we actually sell them on the selling table? Because you can't actually sell consumables on Plopsy, so it would kind of just open up other packs a little bit more, and I truly hope that is the case. I'm also just like interested in the little drink shelf that we've seen on that selling table. I have actually seen Sims in the pool scene in the trailer with a little bar drink and then also with a can, so I'm assuming that it kind of works like restaurants maybe, where you get to choose like a menu of things that you want to sell. That is my hope for it. And kind of speaking about Dino, I know it's not everyone's favorite pack. Yes, it is buggy as hell. Sometimes it works, most of the time it doesn't work. Also, you kind of don't have the option to make food. You have to hire a chef, unless you have the Dine Out Reloaded mod, which actually allows you to be your own chef in your own restaurant, which I kind of wish Dine Out just had in general without needing a mod. I do think that this is going to expand that gameplay a little bit, because I don't know if you'll be able to have a restaurant and then basically have it as like a pizzeria and then make your own. I'm going to assume that that's not the case just because of how differently they work. But I would quite like it if it took the kind of one small gameplay element from Dine Out and applied it to the new stalls. I don't really think the community would get like up in arms about this. I don't think it's like a big enough system. I just think it would make it a little bit more realistic, especially if Sims are like reacting to the way that your food tastes. I'm assuming that will just go off quality, but I kind of wish that it had like a star rating, because I feel like star ratings actually give you something to aim towards. It definitely makes Dine Out feel a little bit harder. I don't think food critics are going to be a thing. So I just kind of wish it went off like the general public and maybe like a reputation system or something of that nature, where they don't only just react to the quality of the food, because that's only really going to be dependent either on your baking skill if you ever get to work, and then also your cooking skill or gourmet cooking skill, which is obviously a skill that we've already had in the base game or get to work for like years and years and years. Whereas I think if it actually went off a rating system off the stall itself, it would just feel a little bit more like a challenge. I don't think that's going to be a thing, but I kind of wish that it was. And then finally, it's called Home Chef Hustle. And I know a ton of you have also pointed this out in my reaction video. I was like, I hope it's a career. If it's not like a full-blown career, I kind of hope you have the option to do it as like a freelance career, but then people were like, it's a side hustle. It kind of works like alongside your actual career, which honestly, I just am not that much of a fan of. That was some of my biggest gripes about Horse Ranch, was the fact that we actually didn't have a career, even like a self-employed career or a part-time career of nectar making and also horse riding. Like, you have the horse competitions, but nectar, really, apart from an aspiration, you don't have really anything to work towards other than like leveling up to a level 5. I really hope that there's some form of a career, or at least maybe an update to the like self-employed thing when you you register with the Ministry of Labor, because right now that doesn't do anything. Whereas when you registered as self-employed as like a ghost hunter in The Sims 3 Ambitions, for example, you got like a weekly stipend. Now, obviously, you're gonna be making money off the things that you sell, but I actually do think this could be a really cool opportunity to kind of update and like look at the self-employment thing. But of course, if we aren't getting like a full-fledged career, which I understand it's a side hustle, okay, they kind of already set me up for that one, then I hope there's at least one aspiration tied to this new stuff. I don't know if they'll maybe do like miniature aspirations based off the appliances. I can't see that being a thing. I personally would like a big one, you know, that's as hard as the horse ranch aspirations. That's one thing I did really like in horse ranch. I actually felt like the aspirations were quite difficult. So I think I would like to see the same kind of things if there isn't a career. For example, make a certain amount of money selling whatever like product you want on the stall, but actually like get to this point in monetary value from your side hustle. And then maybe like nectar making, make like excellent dishes or whatever it may be. I don't really know how they would go about that if you can sell multiple things. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But those are some of my biggest wishes. I don't know how I feel about any of them coming true, if I'm being completely honest. I do think that they didn't show like other small appliances, because obviously really the only small appliance that we have in base game is like a microwave, and I don't think people would be so impressed if they ordered something and then they just saw you like put it in a microwave at the side of your stall and then whip it out and be like, here you go, here's your delicious nutritious food. So I understand why they didn't show that off if that is a feature, because obviously a lot of the other things that I've personally talked about in this video and a lot of the small appliances that we have in the game are tied to other packs, and they never like showing off cross-pack compatibility in trailers because not everyone has every single pack, and then it's like false advertising for those people who don't have those included items. I have my fingers crossed for that one. Honestly, I would say that is my biggest wish, but you should all let me know what your wishes are for this stuff pack. Obviously, we are going to find out about it pretty soon. I am going to be doing videos pretty much covering Create Sim, Build and Buy, and also gameplay from the get-go. I might do a little mini series. I honestly might just incorporate it, if it does work with nectar making, into my horse ranch let's play. That is yet to be decided. Thank you all so much for tuning in though. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you aren't already. Hit that notification bell to be notified anytime I make a video covering Home Chef Hustle, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.